this been like being chosen to come to this, and how have you maybe grown as a leader on the team this past year?
It's been super cool coming out here, coming out with these guys. Uh, you know, all the seasons I played in football, I've actually never been selected for like a media day or anything. So, for my last season, it's definitely a good feeling. But I'm more excited for this season coming up, and fall camp is right around the corner. So, man, I'm in that mode. I'm really excited.
Some moments I'm like, man, I live through this out there. And obviously as a player, you need to see that growth. And I've been blessed to have great people that have been able to teach me.
Uh,
Coach Cal's
I
teach
don't
me
honestly. I
to
didn't
be
know
better.
what to expect going into the my
All
first
into my
season here
game
at
where I can
OU.
grow so
I
much.
mean, it was
And I think
a big thing that was crazy to me
what they're
was
teaching me,
having
you can put into new guys that are
opponent
growing
fans
now.
being that like crazy towards us. I've never really experienced playing in Hawaii. We didn't really have rivalries like that. I mean, we had like little games where we played for trophies here and there, but it was nothing compared to the how it is, playing in Texas and
It's all about the
playing in the
finish.
Bedlam game,
Obviously in
and
the game,
I mean, shoot,
3 or 4
having
plays are gonna
people
dictate the
storm the
game.
field
And
after
someone
games. I mean,
notice
I've
you're gonna
never
have to.
experienced
You
that,
always
so
gotta be ready.
it was very
They look back at you on the
crazy
fourth
for sure.
down
And
where it needs to
I
be.
mean, my
That
season
goes
last
down
year,
on
I
third or fourth down
definitely a
throughout
lot
the
of
entire game.
misproduction out there.
And then that
I
also
think my
has
first
infinite
season,
opportunities. And
uh,
first down, super
I
on
needed
third and
to
fourth.
be a little bit more, I'd say, aggressive in how I approach things. And so, this off season, I mean, I've been working out with
Yeah, I
Schmitty
feel like those
since
types of
January,
years,
and
last
so,
year we had
that guy
one
is
coach
the
and
definition
basically
of,
four coaches that had to teach the entire
intense
defense.
and
And
aggressive.
at
So,
times that's
I mean,
challenging,
shout out to Coach
especially
Schmitty.
for a
He's
federal
definitely
defense that
getting
has
me
so many different
right
play calls
mentally and
where
physically for
we're
sure
running
for
basically a
this
multi-play look
upcoming
before
season.
every game. And at times it's challenging with just having coaches to teach that. But now that we have older guys with experience, that when the coaches aren't
Uh,
available to coach us,
okay.
the
So
older
when I
guys are
first
teaching
got
the younger
here
guys that don't know the
last
system.
year in
And I think
January,
there's so much
I
exponential
probably
growth
was
that
like
happens when you have older
260.
guys that are able
I
to
mean, I was
teach the
fresh
younger
off of
guys
like
because obviously we had
quarantine
leaders
from
last year,
COVID
but they didn't have
because
the knowledge to
in
be able to
Hawaii we
coach
were
us.
supposed to play in a bowl game against Memphis, which got canceled because of we had like 25 guys test positive for COVID. Because like the rest of the world, you guys,
Yeah, I
everybody
mean,
else had
that's
COVID,
what I heard. I'm
really
one and
quick.
one.
It kind of went through it.
Obviously, I want
Everybody
to
had
go to the
got
next
it and
level.
got out their
I
systems, but
love
the
that we're out there,
islands,
and I love to compete.
we kind
And
of,
I don't really
they
wish
closed off the island. You
last
couldn't
one.
come,
I
so
got legal
we
on
didn't really experience COVID until 2021, and so so we had quarantine and everything, and then so I came here to OU. I was about like 260 because I couldn't do anything. I came straight out of
I mean,
quarantine,
absolutely. I mean,
um,
if you think
and
back and
so
reflect,
I was
coming as a
260, and
freshman,
now
obviously,
I weighed
I remember looking at the
293.
older guys and
So
kind of
in
like,
January of this
having
year, we
great
came
leaders in
back
front
from
of me where I was
Christmas break after the
to
season,
be a great leader, you have to
and
follow
I
those
was
shoes.
working out with
And
Schmitty
that's
since
like where I
January,
was able to look
and I
up to
met with
them
my
and learn
nutritionist.
so much.
Got
And
a
now
meal
that it's
plan
my time
going,
to
and
step into that
I mean I
role,
gained
I
30
already know
pounds
so much
basically
that I can
since
teach on
January
them and
till
kind of be a
now,
good example of
and
what
I
the
mean
standard is
that
and then
transition
pass
into
on what I've
the
done.
interior, I needed to gain that weight because you can't be playing, two eye,
Yeah, there's so
nose,
much deep into the market.
weighing
And
260
I
because you
think
can
pretty much always
get
been
thrown
doing
around,
the
get
same
thrown
thing
out the
every
club.
single day. We're
So
doing walkthroughs.
I had to put on
I
that
bring the
weight,
linebackers
and I
with me.
mean
We
I
study
feel
film every single
great.
day.
I feel
Coach gives us
more
different watches. We watch film.
explosive and the
And I think
strongest I've
going to
been.
a
I
deeper
feel
level
even
than we
faster
can
than
be
I
done
was when
last
I
year
was
because we got
lighter.
so much
And
growth
it's pretty funny. I was
by
talking to
ourselves,
Coach
and we're
Bates
able to kind
literally
of have a
yesterday. We were
kind of a
joking
manager
around. He
really
was like
knowing the
saying
mindset and
how I
growth of
look
that
even
team.
better at
And that's just
293
something I
than I
love to
did
be
at
able to happen
260.
last year.
So I think I was supposed to be this big this whole
Man, he's
time.
talented.
I had to
Obviously,
let go of that
very
dream
free
of
from
dropping back,
distractions.
getting a pick,
And
which I
for
did.
myself,
Uh,
kind of being
but
the older
nah,
guy,
yeah,
now
it's been a
I
great
just feel like
transition
him
for
with so
sure.
much experience,
Jonah,
it kind of brings everyone together.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think it's because of how well I took on, the position change. Because some people would,
Obviously, where we were last year, I think
kind of
Louisville
refuse it
was
at
up by
first, and they
50.
wouldn't want
And
to
us playing the Iowa
change
side,
that position because they want to let
maybe I
go of
don't have
that,
as many tackles, but
being
I'll
on the
compete and do a good
edge and
job. I'll be
being
that guy.
a linebacker. But I mean, I just
That
wanted to
being
do what
said,
I needed to
being a
do
leader, I can't
to
be the guy that
help
makes
this
the
team be the
mistakes
best
on
that they
third
can
down.
be.
I
And
believe
so
in being that
whatever I
team
have to
player
do,
on
I'll
offense.
do it.
Jonah, taking on a new position and transitioning, was there anyone, someone in the pros, someone across college, or a couple guys that you watched and admired at the position you're now playing?
Uh, at this position I'm playing now, I mean, some people that are crazy at in DT
Absolutely.
NFL,
I
I'd
mean,
say is
Coach
Grady
Melvin's talked a
Jarrett,
lot about competitive depth
who also
in the
played
set
in
that we
this
have now. I mean,
this
obviously,
defense that we play in, this
where I'm
defensive
from,
scheme.
back in Florida, I played, I
Another
used to
person
play every
I
single
just
down.
love to
But
watch.
I
I
got
mean,
got
Aaron Donald,
advanced
of course,
sometimes
he's
later in the games and kind
an
of hurt us.
unstoppable
And obviously,
force
that
for
can't be an
sure.
excuse. It's
Uh,
not.
I
But
actually met
having
him
a
too
player,
in Hawaii, which was a
come in
crazy
and makes a
experience.
run that
I
does help
watched him work
build
out,
up the
when the Rams went out there for the preseason game. They played the Cowboys back in like 2019. And I mean, just watching him work out was just crazy. And just watching how he plays the game and his motor, his high motor that he has, and you know how he'll take on double teams the whole game and allow his guys to rush on the other side. I mean, you know, those are people I'd say I model my game after for sure.
And I know you guys make a habit of blocking out the noise, things like preseason polls, like first teams and all that. But what do you read as the perception of you guys right now?
Absolutely. I mean,
from the
like I said
outside.
earlier, you know,
I
watching
mean,
tape and looking at those first
honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I mean, I'm pretty sure, you know, people always hate on OU because of what they've done, you know, all the conference championships they've won, and, you know, the history that this program has. I mean, obviously everybody's going to, you know, try to throw dirt on our names. And, I mean, every time we play somebody and play an opponent, we're going to get their best, the best of the best. You know, we're going to get their Game 7 mentality like in the NBA. You know, Game 7, you know, they're putting all out on the line. And, I mean, every opponent we play, I mean, that's what they're giving us. And, I mean, I think it's a great feeling that, you know, you beat someone knowing that they gave you their best. So, I mean, that's what I'm looking forward to. And, I mean, I'm excited for the season for sure.
I have personality for sure. I mean, obviously, I know when there's time to be serious and there's time to be not. You know, I think as soon as you step on that field, you know, the switch is on. But, you know, being Austin, we want to connect the team. I want the team to be as close as we can.
I mean, I mean, if you look in the football world and you see someone with a lot of vowels and a long last name, you probably going to assume that they're, you know, Polynesian, some type of, you know, Samoan, Hawaiian, or Tongan. And I mean, you know, growing up, I was raised by my mom, she was born and raised in New Zealand, and her parents were from Western Samoa. And I mean, growing up watching, you know, Troy Polamalu, I mean, and looking up to guys like that, I mean, Marcus Mariota, and you know, players like that in the NFL and in college. It was really crazy to watch, and knowing that they have the same background as me, you know, coming from a very small island where they don't really have a lot. I mean, football has been such a great opportunity for them to, you know, better their lives. And I mean, it was almost like I was made for football in a way, just how I was born, you know, half black and half Samoan. And so, I mean, I love this sport. I've been playing this sport since I can't even remember, because I've just been always bigger than kids that are my age. I mean, everybody that I used to hang out with was always older than me. And so, you know, I'm thinking I'm regular size because I'm hanging out with guys that are like 3 years older than me. And so when I started playing football and everybody was so much smaller, it was so weird because I was playing against people that are my age.
I know at times I have bad hands, bad eyes, bad footwork. And, you know, I just got to clean up my game as a player. You know, I can't have any false steps, can't make any wrong, you know, steps right here or else I'll be out of position.
You said what? For sure. The Polynesian culture is big on family because, you know, they usually have really big families. And I mean, you know, you grow up hanging out with your cousins and your siblings, and you know, I have so many cousins, and it's sad that I don't get to see them as much because, you know, they all live in Australia and New Zealand, and so but you know, a big emphasis in the Polynesian cultures is family for sure.
You know, we're in a call where I'm the flat player. The run comes to me and I'm late to left the ball. So it gets outside.
So when I put this weight on, I've noticed, you know, I'm much more stronger when it comes to getting off blocks, which is a big thing I think I struggled with last season, getting off blocks and, you know, accelerating through the finish to make a play. I think there's a lot of plays where I could have made a sack or I got a TFL, but I was still stuck on blocks. And so, you know, gaining this weight and getting stronger, I think it definitely helped me be able to finish these plays and finish, you know, accelerate through blocks and finish on plays.
Obviously, I think going into confidence
Honestly, it didn't really feel like I gained weight at all. I mean, the way I did it, I just tried to make sure it was smooth, and I didn't want to rush it because, you know, some people, they try to rush gaining weight, so then they just start eating. But, you know, I made sure to be careful of what I ate, and I was making sure I ate the right things because, you know, especially it's my last season, I can't just be throwing random stuff in my body, eating bags of chips every night, even though I want to. But yeah, I just made sure I got with my nutritionist, and I, you know, came up with a meal plan. You know, 50% of my plate was going to be carbs, 25 fruits and vegetables, and like 25% protein. And I mean, I stayed with that this whole off season, and I mean, a lot of protein shakes. And I mean, you know, a lot of the times I'm sitting there eating at, you know, breakfast or dinner or lunch, sitting there for 45 minutes trying to finish my plate because, you know, I'm trying to put that weight on, and I can't, you know, not eat the food, and if I put it on my plate, I have to eat it. That was my rule.
Lewis Carter, he's a freak of weight. You know, we were just benching. He did 350 for 6 reps. That's a hurdle. You know, Brian Asmo was doing that as a senior. He's not even that much. And then Sammy.
So it's actually funny. We knew I was going to play DT before the season started last year. So in fall camp, when we were maybe like a little bit halfway through camp, or yeah, I'd say like halfway through camp, my coach Shave came up and talked to me. He's like, we noticed that your movements on the inside you look so natural, and you're way more comfortable on the interior than you're on the edge. We probably think about putting you on the interior next season, putting me with Coach Bates. I was like, I'll do whatever it takes, Coach. For this team to win, I'll do whatever it takes. And if they needed me to play long snapper, I'll do it. Whatever it takes for this team to win, because I love these guys, and I just want to win.
And obviously, I want to fill that leadership role. I'm hungry to do that. It's always been my goal. And I'm a junior. It's been a great privilege, great opportunity. I'm blessed to do it. I'm very happy to be at the University of Oklahoma. It's basically a second home, if not the first home for me. Yeah, I mean, Jonah's a great player. He was playing defensive end, obviously, but
I'd say R. Mason Thomas. He's actually living with me right now. I mean, I'd say if you're watching this defense, look out for 3-2 Mason. He's a great player. It's just his ability to, like, his quickness and his quick twitch and his high motor. He's such a great player to watch. I mean, last year in fall camp, I remember literally this play we're doing like a goal line situation at practice, and Mason, he's a true freshman, like literally 17 years old at that time, and I mean it was a goal line stop that he did against our one offense, and I mean he was like I think it was like in a 2-point stance on the edge, and he bent. Man, he's just a crazy athlete, and he got under a block and then made the TFL and stopped the offense from scoring. And I mean, since then I just knew, there's something special about him for sure. And another young guy I'd say to look out for in the future is definitely Ashton Sanders. I mean, Peyton Bowen. Who else? Grayson Halton. Those guys are some freak athletes at their age, and I mean once they get everything right, mentally and then experiencing things, because that's the thing about football. You can know things, but you have to experience it, and that just comes with playing in games and experiencing things, different looks, and I mean those guys, I'd say look out for them for sure.
For sure, I mean Rondell, and I'm also going to trace.
I mean, Ashton Sanders, he's a strong defensive lineman. He's strong upper body and lower body for sure. I mean, once he, works out with Schmitty some more, and, he burns some of that little baby fat from being young, I mean, he's going to be a monster for sure. I mean, he's smart with the playbook. He's picking things up very well and very quickly. And I mean, I got a lot of respect for him, and I hold him to a higher standard for sure. And I mean, even when he first came in the spring, I mean, when we were working out, he was very vocal, trying to get guys together. During mat drills, because mat drills is a different type of monster for sure. And so, I mean, when I heard him being vocal, it made me earn a lot of respect from him. And I mean, yeah, I'd say I expect a lot of great things from him for sure. Dejan, that's my guy, and Phil for sure, that's my guy. I love Phil for sure. I mean, we're always texting and FaceTiming. I mean, we literally went to the movies the other day, like almost all of the D-line. We went and watched a scary movie. We watched like Insidious or something. Dejan didn't want to come because he said that stuff is real, so he didn't want to bring it home with him. But I mean, we all went to the movies. It was super fun. Guys were scared. I mean, we were loud in the movie theater. I felt bad for the people in there because we had guys screaming and stuff. Because I mean, first we came in late, and so we came in late to the movie theater, and I mean, we came in at a scary part. And I mean, but I love these new guys, and I think they're adapting very well. Dejan Terry, he's adapting very well. He's picking up the playbook very well, and I mean, Phil, he is also. Older, experienced guys. They can pick up the defensive scheme faster, and I mean, I'm excited to watch those guys play for sure. I mean, Dejan is a huge boy, a big boy for sure. I mean, It was funny when he came in. I shook his hand. I was like, dang. Because they actually came to my house because they were waiting for their place to get done, and so they came over and slept over, and I mean just talking to them and chopping it up with them, and when we're doing little individual drills, I already made it a statement that I'm not going against Dejan for sure. I'm not doing no drills with him.
But once you pick it up, you can't forget it. And it's just the more you rep it, the easier it gets.
Yeah, we have a lot of. We definitely brought the right guys in this off season. So shout out to our coaches for that. Hats off to them for recruiting these guys because these are guys that have great character and they have a great willingness to work and their coachability. And I feel like I sound like Coach V, man. but we brought some great guys in, and I'm really excited to watch them play. Especially even on the offense, we got some great guys we brought in on the offense. I'm excited to watch. So look out for that for sure.
It makes so much more sense. So when you get on the field, the game really slows down.
So the guys that miss spring ball, you got to put in a little bit more time with them on our own, meeting and watching film to catch them up because you're only as strong as your weakest link. So if you got guys, behind the starters and whatnot that don't really know what they're doing, it kind of puts the coaches in a difficult position because if they don't. The coaches know that they don't know the playbook, then it's kind of hard. You can't play those players that don't know the playbook because if 10 out of 11 people execute the play, it can still end up in a touchdown or negative yardage. And so we've had to spend the extra time after lifting in the weight room or player practices and film rooms or coming in on Saturdays. Just doing little things like that, and then going out to eat afterwards because we got guys coming in that are new, and we want to get them more comfortable, out here in Oklahoma, and show them how we get down over here in Oklahoma. So I think we're getting along very well in this defensive line, and all these new guys coming in.
Thanks, Jonah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys.